In 2019, 28-year-old Kim Seo-yeon loses her mobile phone whilst journeying to visit her unwell, estranged mom in a rural location. Arriving at her rundown formative years domestic, she reveals a decades-old cordless phone, and through it receives calls from a distressed lady who says she's being tortured by means of her mom. After investigating the house, Seo-yeon figures out that the female on the smartphone, Oh Young-suk, is living within the equal residence. However, in 1999, the two are capable of talk throughout time via the smartphone, and trade information approximately their lives. Young-suk is orphaned and lives together with her adoptive mother, who is a shaman, even as Seo-yeon misplaced her father in a fire that she blames her mom, Eun-ae, for. Young-suk, acting on data from Seo-yeon, sneaks out of the residence to save the hearth that killed Seo-yeon's father. She is a hit, and Seo-yeon's truth modifications, her mother and father are each alive and healthful, and their house lavish. Young-suk, however, is punished with the aid of her mother, and becomes green with envy that Seo-yeon's existence is improved even as hers is the same. Seo-yeon searches the net and learns that Young-suk turned into killed with the aid of her mom all through an exorcism. During the subsequent cell phone name, Seo-yeon warns Young-suk, who saves herself and kills her mom as an alternative. Now freed, Young-suk turns into a serial killer. Seo-yeon realizes what has came about while Young-suk's victims disappear within the contemporary. During a cell phone name, Seo-yeon confronts Young-suk, however inadvertently reveals to her that she'll be arrested. In 1999, Young-suk is visited through an 8-year antique Seo-yeon and her father, who have come to the house to close their purchase of it. Young-suk kills Seo-yeon's father and takes young Seo-yeon captive. In 2019, Seo-yeon's fact changes again. Her father is dead and the residents in even worse situation. Young-suk calls Seo-yeon and tells her to find out how she'll be arrested. At first Seo-yeon feeds Young-suk fake information, but while Young-suk threatens to kill Eun-ae next, Seo-yeon breaks into the local police station for the notebook used in 1999. Young-suk name-calling Seo-yeon that they're the equal when she exhibits that Seo-yeon precipitated the fireplace that at first killed her father, and lied approximately Eun-ae being responsible. Seo-yeon gives Young-suk the ideal data, and her reality adjustments again. The residence is now owned through an older Young-suk, who has continued as a serial killer. The content material of the notebook adjustments as well, with a word that Eun-ae got here to the house with a police officer and made a name on the cordless telephone. Seo-yeon waits inside the residence for the call and makes use of it to warn Eun-ae. In 1999, Young-suk kills the police officer and chases Eun-ae. In 2019, older Young-suk well-known shows herself and similarly chases Seo-yeon. Eun-ae makes use of the telephone once more, and Seo-yeon alternatives up and encourages her to combat. Eun-ae reputedly sacrifices herself to kill Young-suk, and 2019 changes, with the residence becoming derelict and antique Young-suk disappearing. Seo-yeon leaves the house and is reunited with Eun-ae, who's alive and properly, albeit with scars. In a mid-credits scene, older Young-suk known as her more youthful counterpart to warn her approximately Eun-ae and the police officer arriving, allowing Young-suk to regulate her own history, resulting inside the erasing of Eun-ae from present-day Seo-yeon's aspect. The scene then cuts to the torture room where someone tied to a chair and blanketed in a white material is screaming for assist. The fabric is removed, revealing a nervous person Seo-yeon, all over again a captive of Young-suk.